Vaccinations are incredibly important to society and create a safer and healthier environment for all. The World Health Organization estimates that vaccinations annually prevent 2 to 3 million deaths worldwide. However, despite medical professionals placing heavy emphasis on the importance of vaccinations, the anti-vaccination community has steadily grown in numbers over the years. I remember being shocked to hear that there is such a community, as both my parents work in the medical field and have always preached to me about the importance of getting vaccinated and staying up to date with your shots. But before we get into anti-vaccination community, we must define what a vaccine is. The official definition of a vaccine, according to vaccines.gov, is a product usually administered by a shot in the arm that is made up of a small amount of weak or dead germs that can cause diseases. These shots prepare the body's immune system to recognize and combat pathogens, allowing the body to learn how to fight illness without being exposed to the full effects of the disease. Now, why should vaccines be given, and what are their benefits? Vaccinations provide continued and widespread immunization to the population. They prevent against serious illness in society and in individuals. When speaking about individuals, this especially pertains to children, as their developing immune systems are not equipped to fight against the serious and complex diseases. Vaccines allow for children to safely fight these illnesses off and prevent them from getting those diseases in the future. Adults getting vaccinations protects children as well, as many vaccinations have an age requirement, like the meningitis B vaccine. Not just children are affected by getting vaccinations, however. Children or people with immune system deficiencies are unable to get vaccinations due to not being able to develop protective immunity using vaccinations, meaning they rely on the immunization of others. Another category of people who benefit from others getting vaccines is the small population of those who are allergic to the components inside them, such as gelatin or egg protein. Although a deadly allergic reaction is 1 in a million, people who are allergic still count on others to be vaccinated. The biggest group of people who rely on vaccinations is the entire human population. The effectiveness of vaccines is reliant on something called herd immunity, which is defined as the resistance to the spread of a contagious disease within a population that results if a sufficiently high proportion of individuals are immune to the disease, especially through vaccinations. This allows for many diseases that once terrorized society to be eliminated. How many people have you met with polio recently? But today, there has been an increasing number of outbreaks of previously eradicated diseases. In 2018, there was an outbreak of mumps on the University of Michigan campus. This outbreak, along with others in the United States, can be attributed to the growing community of people against vaccinations. Now, why would there be such a community against vaccines after I just went over how great they are? Well, the problem is that false statements and facts have been spread throughout the population, which people against vaccinations use in their arguments. The main fact that people use in their fight against vaccines is that they cause autism. This statement is based on a 1997 British study that concluded that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine causes autism. Shortly after this study was published, however, it was quickly discredited, and Andrew Wakefield, the scientist who conducted it, had his medical license revoked. Many studies have been done after to test his theory, and none have successfully linked vaccinations to autism. Another myth used in anti-vaccination arguments is that natural immunization is more effective than vaccine immunization. Although in some cases this is technically correct, the cons of natural immunization far outweigh the pros. PublicHealth.org says that natural immunization of a disease like measles wields a 1 in 500 chance of death, whereas the people who have a severe reaction to the measles vaccines is less than 1 in a million. Falsehoods about vaccinations are often based off opinions and statements founded on lies without factual evidence, yet people who are anti-vaccine still use them in their arguments. These falsehoods are then spread easily and quickly through tools such as social media, which have been integrated into the life of the average person. Simply going on Facebook groups can show the reach that these opinions have. There are hundreds of groups that range from 10 to upwards of 500 members, with names such as Moms Against Vaccines and The Truth About Vaccines. The opinions of others can be incredibly persuasive, and hundreds of people have been persuaded to ditch vaccines altogether. Celebrities also have voiced their anti-vaccination opinions. Many people in the spotlight have spoken out against vaccinations, including but not limited to Jessica Biel, Jim Carrey, Charlie Sheen, and Robert De Niro. These celebrities can easily convince people who were previously on the fence about vaccinations to promote their message, causing even more people to spread these myths. Vaccinations are essential to society today, as they protect all of us from potentially life-threatening illnesses, yet many people are swayed from getting them due to myths spread about them. Many are making uninformed, sometimes life or death-based decisions based on falsehoods and fail to see that without vaccines, 3 million people would be added to the death toll worldwide every year.